And the same thing was not happened when they were batting in the second time. So the point what I am trying to tell is that at any level, in any place, in any game, in any project, in any assignment, in any opportunity, a person who was pushed a little forward, will have a different exposure to apply his intelligence, to apply his brain power, but to look for the success in that process. Similarly, these presentation skills, there it is the captain who is going to play that role, but here is a person who is really good at communication skills or who is really good at presentation skills, will be given an opportunity to present about their product or their service, and naturally the moment will be always upward for that person just because of this. That's why I just wanted to comment that it makes wonders for that person. Now, a poor presentation, like most of our students have given on the first seminar, that's only not only reducing the image of the person, but it will also reduce, the profitability factor of the entire organization. Because when you are leading a team, it is not at personal level. The game is not at personal level, but the game is at the organization level. So once if you lose in that competition, once if you get failure in that competition, it is not only the loss of an individual, but it is the loss of the entire organization. So one must be really careful about this point. So that's the reason why I would like to come for a conclusion. These presentation skills, they are must for every professional student like all of you. And I agree, you may come out with a point, of course. I was asked sometimes when I was doing this concept. You cannot learn swimming just by reading more number of books and just by attending more number of seminars by experts. Unless you jump into the water, unless you make an effort to float on the water, no person can gain the knowledge of the swimming process. The same thing which is related to that only. So you can listen lectures hours together, you can read books, more number of books in the library, but still, unless you practice these ideas, these strategies, which will make you aware of the things which are expected by a group of person like you, then only you can become a perfect presenter. But that comes by the way of understanding the nature, the features, benefits and importance of these presentation skills. And once we can make an attempt to go forward, I think that's going to be the best. Now, the question comes, then how to develop effective presentation skills. We have 4 basic elements. We call it as 4 P's, capital P's. I suggest make some points on the paper. There are 4 P's. One is plan, the second one is prepare, the third one is practice, the last one is perform. Plan, prepare, practice and perform. So the first one is related to the selection of the topic and what is the strength of the audience, at which place it's going to happen, what type of background of audience is actually be there during the presentation, what is their understanding levels, what type of challenges that they are going to face in the nearest future. So all this information would make you to get clear about the plan of a presentation. For example, a final year students, your plan must be scoring, for example, 25 marks in those 2 project seminars. So you'll have to plan accordingly, but to reach that target, to reach that objective. The second one is the preparation. Now the person has to think about what type of material is required, where it is available, and how to shortlist those points to present a group of people. All these things will come under preparation. So the first 2 activities are off the screen activities, off the screen. That means before you come like this to face a group of people like this, the first 2 steps will be completed: planning the presentation and the preparation. So you have to decide whether it can be a text-matted slides, or it can be mixed up with a video or a photograph or industry case study or a statistic or any simulation or any animation. So you can just integrate all these things, but to make your presentation more effective. So I will tell you, a person who just present only the textual appearance, the textual matter, will be highly disappointing as the perception of the audience is concerned. because which is lacking visual aids, we generally call it as. So visual mode will 100% improve the understanding levels of all audience. But the text matter, it improves fatigue and it improves disappointment, and sometimes it lacks the interest also among the audience. So whenever you present something, either an idea or a concept or a topic, you see that must be supported by all these supplements. I suggest my students to note down on the paper what type of things that can be clubbed in your presentation, because most of you did not do that while you are doing the first project seminars. The first one is a video. The second one can be a photograph. Videos. Second one, photographs. The third one, graphs. Support your evidence, your point by graphs. The fourth one, a realistic data or slash statistic. A realistic data or statistic. The next one, an example which is related to your point. And the next one, an industry case. The difference is there for an example and also industry case. Example need not be related to industry, but industry case is definitely related to a practical environment. Then an animation. Then a simulation. Then a numerical problem. Simulating a practical problem. Simulation. Animation is different, simulation is different. Animation is only just for understanding purpose. But where is the difference then for simulation? Simulation is to replicate a practical situation. I think I said the example, industry case, animations, simulations, okay, data also I covered, graphs also covered, okay. The next one, numerical example, numerical problem or numerical example. And the next one, a personal experience. But it is not related to your project seminars, don't try to involve this. Later part only. A personal experience and a practical experiment. For example, when you are talking about the demand of a particular product, you can make one market survey or a market investigation, and you can show it as the support of your idea. That's what I mean by experimentation, the market experimentation, and so on like this. So see that, but one point is that I am dictating, telling all these points. Don't think that everything is actually required for implementation. It is not so.